All right, viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in again to another one here on the coach's desk. We appreciate you being here. And as usual, people, we ask you to like, meaning give it a thumbs up, share the content, subscribe to the channel if you're new so that you can become a part of the family. All right, so we appreciate everyone that comes over here, watch the videos, share it, So bless up yourself. So we want to talk about the Jamaicans that were in action over the weekend. Yeah, man, we have to talk about that because we know champs took place and several persons probably they are not in the know where these performances are concerned. You understand? So let me talk about them. I'm not sure how long I'll be on this video, but listen keenly. And it's March, getting closer to April. Should we be concerned or excited about these performances? I mean, I don't know if it is something that we can look into. Some persons, they might be ahead of some are not, but at the same time, we have to give a report on what is happening. It's nothing too exciting, you know what I mean? But as track and field fans, we want to ensure that we keep you in the know. So let's talk about Sprintex Cadrian Golson. Yeah, man, he was at the Hurricane Collegiate Track Meet and he did the 100 and 200 meters. And I think he did a creditable time in both events. At this time of the season, like I said earlier, he clocked 10.4 in the 100 meters to take top spot in that one, and he was running unattached. I was wondering why wasn't he listed as a Sprintec athlete? I'm not sure what is happening there. I doubt there's anything, but when we look at these things, we tend to look a little bit deeper than the ordinary fan base. You know what I mean? So with that being said, he went on to do the 200 meters and he clocked 20.76. Yes, 20.76 he clocked in that one. And it was another good performance for him. I mean, several of our Jamaican athletes, they have been doing some 200 since the season started. Yes, they have been doing some 200 and that is commendable. Will they be taking on the 1-2 double? I'm not sure. But obviously, this new love or liking for the 200 will definitely help their 100 meters in terms of their deceleration, in terms of building up more endurance, and that is speed endurance for them, after getting that flying start, they will not fade it out too quickly. They'll be able to hold their speed for a longer period than the regular athlete. I mean, Usain Bolt was one of those athletes who was able to do that with ease, and that is it on the Cadrian Golson's performance. Now at the Battle on Bayou, one Jamaican was in that event, and it was Jaheim's turn. Fine hurdler. Guess what he clocked? 13.3. I remember he's fresh from the indoor, outdoor is gonna kick off for them. The LSU athlete, 13.3. He has been having a good season. I mean, a good couple of seasons, if I were to be, truthful in that. And I mean, he has been performing well. I do see him, making an impact this season. We have a plethora of hurdlers, and that is good. The competition is going to be great. It's going to be epic, to say the very least. But potentially, we're going to be having a high quality hurdling lineup for the national trials, I believe. Now, when you look at Jenna Prandini, she clocked 22.16. That is fast at this time. So big run by Jenna Prandini. She blazed up a third leg for the United States team, and that again is something that we have to look into from a Jamaican standpoint. These athletes are performing, these athletes are practicing So they are taking this thing serious. We have not had, except for the clubs participating at the Gibson Relay. That was the last outing, if you ask me. But these people are going to different meets to ensure that they are competing, that they are getting the run-ins to ensure that these athletes perform at their best. Carletta Bernard of Jamaica, she clocked 23:07. Yes, so she is also one that we have to look out for. And this was done at the Texas Relay. Yeah, man, the Texas Relays was very outstanding, if you ask me. Also, we have to look at let's see, Tiboho. He did the 400 meters. He was beaten into second position from his countryman Beyopo Endori, 45.14. Let's see, clock 45.26. And the persons are saying he's in better shape last year than he was this year. Remember, we have to take into consideration that the competition is later this year than it was last year. So you would want to see, let's see, the 200-meter Olympic champion coming out and blasting 44. It can happen, but I guess they would have been taking a new, approach this season where that is concerned. And this meet was the Maury Plant Classics in Melbourne. Yeah. Now, another athlete who did well for Jamaica was Sanique Walker. She clocked 56.57 for the 400-meter hurdles at the Felix Sanchez Invitational. Also, Lloydrika Cameron, she put the shot at 17.59 to take the top spot in that. So it was a good run for these athletes there. One other athlete that we want to talk about is the man Zanjan Barnes. Yes, he clocked another 44.9. Big run by Zanjan Barnes there. I mean, several people, they doubt him, doubt his performances, and he's right back here clocking 44.96, defeating Newash Campbell, Ace Malone, Elliot Harris, and some athletes there. So big up to Zanjan Barnes for this performance. It was a good one. It was a good one, if you ask me. And with what Zanjan is doing, he's definitely is one to watch for this season, because he's putting in some decent performances, decent performances, and you might wonder who is his coach. He's a Sprint Tech athlete. I don't know why these athletes run unattached over the weekend. It's puzzling, but I'm not, I'm not going to what you would say, kill up myself over that. I don't think it means anything. You know what I mean? Also, one notable athlete that we have to talk about is Julian Alfred. She did 49.9 on a relay there. Smith, yes, that's our jumper Smith. Akila Smith, she clocked 53.7 on a 4x4. Dina Asha Smith, 50.9. So some people are putting in the work, If we think only Jamaicans are putting in the work, we make a sad mistake. You understand? It's just the persons who are going to, what you'd call it, the persons who are going to tougher in terms of metal. Yeah, tougher in terms of metal on the day of competition. And we also want to talk about there was a thrower from Jamaica. What's his name again? What's that thrower's name, man? I can't remember his name. Let me see if I can find his name. Yes, Ralford Mullings. Yeah, man. I think he had a meet record, 69.13. This was done at the Texas Relays. Big throw by Ralford Mullings in the men's discus. Absolutely brilliant performance. And he had a series of 60 odds, And the last one, he dropped the 69.13 meet record. So we have to look out for this athlete again. The field event athletes, and like I said, Jamaica is moving away from being just called a track nation, but also we're doing well in the field. What say you? What are your thoughts? Drop it in the comment section. Until next time, stay safe. Peace.